Hey guys, so this video is going to be talking about a DeWalt battery that quit working on me. This is one of the newer style 20 volt max lithium ion DeWalt batteries, a 1.5 amp hour. This is a small one, the smallest one you can get, and we're having a problem with it. Let me show you what it's doing. So when I go to put it on charge, it'll flash one time, then go dim and come up like that and just say it's basically charged when it's actually not. So this is my impact driver. It's got a good working battery in it, one of the 3 amp hour ones. You see it works just like it should. I immediately thought that maybe this was already charged, so I put it back on charge, get ready to use it. Nothing. The lights will come on just a little bit, real dim, and that's all it'll do. And I thought, well, maybe it's a bad charger. I put on another charger, same exact thing. I'm going to get a close-up of the light so you can see better what it's doing. So, I tried Googling this and finding it and came up with several solutions. One person said to put it on charge like this for 8 hours, just like this, and it'll reset the battery because there's a chip in here. That didn't work. I tried it like several times, left it off charge for 8 hours, put it back on charge for 8 hours, nothing. It just won't do anything. So hopefully by the end of the video we'll have a solution for the problem on this. We'll try everything I can to fix this. Okay, so with the good battery hooked up to the voltmeter, I just got little white jumpers hooked to the terminals because they wouldn't fit in there. We're reading 20.5 volts on the good battery. So now let's hook this up to the bad battery, because the B plus and B minus, which is the first and the last terminals on these, are basically a direct connection of the battery. And this is reading 12.7 volts. So that's kind of interesting. Somebody suggested on Google to hook up your plus to plus and your minus to minus on a good battery like this to kind of boost or jumpstart the old battery. Let's just leave this one here for a second. And this will kind of take a little bit of the power out of this one and put it into this one, and maybe the chip in here is showing such a low voltage that it won't pick up on the charger and it's registering as a bad battery. I don't know. So let's try this first and just see what happens. Try to do the simple stuff first. I already did the 8 hour test and that didn't work, so now let's try this. So I'll leave this one here for another minute or two off camera, then we'll put it back on charge and see what happens. Okay, so it's been setting for about 2 or 3 minutes. Let's just go ahead and get another voltage reading on this. This is the minus, the plus, and we're still showing the exact same thing. So let's just try it by maybe some chance it maybe changed the chip inside here. Let's just see what happens. Still doing the exact same thing. I got one other idea to try. Let's try this and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to hook it up to a 12 volt battery charger. This is 20 volt. It's actually a 12 volt battery, the way I understood it from what I've heard explained. So maybe this will get the cells charging just a little bit where it'll take off on the regular charger. I'm just trying different things to avoid having to take it apart. This will kind of give us an idea if it's actually got current flowing through it or not. So it's when it acts weird like that, this type means that it's not the right voltage. So let me try it on a traditional type battery charger just to see what happens. This is on the 2 amp setting. Alright, we got it hooked on B minus. The positive, and it's not pulling any current. It's not even sparking at all when I hook it up to this. I'm still going to leave it on for just a minute or two, just maybe in case there's a residual amount of current flowing that the meter's not showing up. Maybe it'll do something, who knows. So let's see what happens. Alright, back to the charger again. Same thing. It's got 4 little tiny screws. I never took one of these apart before. I've seen videos of people taking them apart. It's not something I recommend everybody to do, but if you got basic knowledge of electronics, you should be alright. get all these screws out. Okay, so it's not a regular T10. It's the type, it's the security type. It's got the little bump inside, so you have to use one of these bits that's got the hole. It's still a T10, but it's a, the T10 security type. So I am going to say this, kind of rephrase what I said a minute ago. I don't recommend doing this, even if you got, electronic knowledge and stuff. There is a safety concern with batteries in case it's leaking or been leaking or something, and there's a possibility something will short out and the battery could blow up. And also, if this is a new battery, this is obviously going to void your warranty. So if you're having a problem, take it back to the place you bought it if it's still under warranty. But with that being said, I'm hoping it's just a solder joint came loose or something, but it's not looking too promising. Okay guys, let me try to get this all the way apart and then we'll look at it in a little bit more detail. Alright, so I pried up on it a little bit and it just came right loose. The better batteries are supposed to have Samsung brand cells in it, but these appear to be no names. We'll probably have to look that up. I figure we'll probably end up having to replace at least one of these cells. I might just do all of them. But let's get some voltage readings. I am going to explain what happened. I was using my grinder and it appears to have a high amperage draw on it. I think it just burnt something up because it just quit working. It drains the batteries really quick. So let me get some readings and we'll report right back. Okay guys, so after doing a little checking, I'm getting approximately 3.3 volts across every single cell except this one. I'm getting like 0.3, so this cell's bad. These are probably good, just this one is bad. So I'm going to take these numbers and look it up, and depending on the price of these individual cells, we might replace all of them. I'm going to get the numbers and the size off these and look them up. So, and all of these are hooked in series, so if one of them goes out, the battery's going to not work right. And the reason the lights are working, I'm sure they're probably, see, these got taps on here in different spots. So I figure, if you take 3 volts off this, that might be what runs the LED lights and the drills and stuff. So that's what the problem is. So now I'll be right back with hopefully a new battery. Okay, so it's been a while since I messed with it. And like I said, I got the batteries in, and it actually came with a charger and everything. And this is what the new batteries look like. I do have to remove the cap off each one of them to keep the width the same to fit back in here. Other than that, they're the same battery and probably the same amperage rating. So what I did off camera to speed the video up was the best way I could find to remove these was just pry up underneath there and pop them all off. It's just spot welded on, all it is. I did label everything. Obviously this is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So that's how the routing is. I just did that just so I wouldn't get confused on anything. So these old batteries are going to pop out like this. So they're just going to go back in this plastic casing. And here it looks the same. So obviously I don't have a way to spot weld, so we're going to solder. You don't want to get a battery like it's too hot. But yeah, that's the way we're going to do it. And like I said, I recommend changing all of them, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to do this off camera. I just want to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to take to do this. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. I got it all soldered. It's not the best. It's kind of sloppy in a couple of them, but it'll work. Put it across the positive and the negative. We're getting 19.28 volts. So, these batteries haven't even been charged yet, and it's reading that much, so they got a pretty good charge just from the factory. One thing to watch, on this one, the insulator came out of it. You see how this one's got that red thing in there? So I had to make sure that metal wouldn't touch the battery or it would short out right there. So you got to be careful of that. Okay, so I did hit the grind in here. I haven't tested it yet to make sure it's going to fit. Did grind through in a couple spots. It's not that big a deal to me. And always touch it up on the outside once it's back together. Alright guys, it's back together. It's bulged out a little bit right where one of them solder joints is. That's to be expected. it's not put back together the way it was originally from the factory, you know. But the main thing is, will it work? Spring jack in there. Let's put it on charge and at least see if it can take charge or not before we do anything else with it. Alright, so you remember before we turned on, it would be bright and it would go dim, and that's pretty much it. So let's see what happens. Oh, it's charging. I'll just go ahead and put it in the tool. It's working, guys. I don't think it's fully charged, that's why it's sounding like that. So I'll let it charge until it kicks off, then we'll test it in the tool again. But you know, you can see this is the one I had marked. Okay guys, it charged for about a half hour or so, I'd say. I didn't actually time it. It's not warm, just very lightly warm, no worse than a normal battery does when it's charging. Well, I'm going to call this a done video, guys. It's working. It seems like it may not have quite as much power as it did with the original battery. It seems like a slight hesitation when you first start it, but the battery hasn't completely cycled yet anyway. So, but yeah, it's a, you know, like I said, extreme caution whenever you mess with any type of battery like this. So it's not really a recommended repair, but I'm just showing you, you know, what could be the problem. You know. This may not be the, I got 2 extra of these batteries. It may not be the most ideal battery for this application. If you could find something more close to the original battery, you'd be better off. So, well guys, hope this might help you a little bit. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.